afternoon everybody, I hope you're all really well. Thank you for joining me for another video this week. I was going to wait and start this video on Monday, it's actually Saturday, but there is a parcel that's arrived that I wanted to show you. I mentioned it at the end of my previous video, and it's a brand that a friend of ours has created, and whenever a mother creates a brand after having their kids, for some reason for me it really hits my heart, because I think there's something so incredibly beautiful about motherhood inspiring you in your next career move or in your next venture. I feel like it's as if your child is your muse. I think that's just such a lovely sentiment. Is sentiment's the right word? I'm not sure. But basically it's a brand, her name is Harriet Jane, that is what she's called her brand. It's basically beautiful, old-fashioned, incredibly well-made nighties for babies, toddlers and mothers to all be kind of matching, or just get some nice bits for your baby. But we are going to a first birthday party tomorrow. Our friend's daughter is called Arabella and she's turning 1. And the mother of Arabella, she's just like me in her style, and I know she will appreciate this brand so much. With that, getting a gift for Arabella has been my excuse and my nudge that I clearly needed to get something for Etta. How beautiful she packages them, bless her heart. These stickers are lovely as well. I really know how much detail that she's gone into. So which size is Etta's and which size is for Arabella? Let me see. Okay, this is Etta's, so I'll open this one with you now, and Arabella's is just the exact same nightie, but I'll leave hers wrapped. Oh my gosh, this feels so soft and beautiful. Oh my goodness me, look how gorgeous this is. I think I need to get the one in my size for the mothers, because I just think that is the sweetest thing in the world. Really niche, but I remember being maybe 10 years old and going around Marks and Spencer's with my mum because I loved the nighties that my great grandmother at the time would wear. I just love that old-fashioned style of nightwear. It's something that's so rare to find these days, which is such a shame. But this is the very style that I am referring to, and I just think it's beautiful. See the print and the lace detail as well. I just think it is absolutely stunningly beautiful. This is just going to be such an heirloom piece in Etta's wardrobe, and I know it's one of those fits that will last her a long time, which, as we all know, for toddlers is quite rare. I've mentioned this with some items of Etta's previously, that when it cinches in at either the leg or the arm, it means that it can be a bigger size and looser, but it's not going to be oversized and kind of in her way. So I love something like that because it means you get more for your money as well, when it obviously lasts a lot longer. In terms of material, it's very breathable as well. It's 100% French cotton, and then this is 100% cotton lace trim as well. It's just so beautifully made. There's absolutely no buttons or zips, incredibly stretchy. Just super easy in the middle of the night. Or do you know what actually is a real pet peeve of mine, is when Etta's had a long day at nursery, she's a little bit nangy in the nicest possible way, and I'm trying to get her nursery clothes off her and her pyjamas onto her, and if something gets caught on her head, or if I have to like pull a top over her head and it kind of gets a bit caught, it will kind of set off a series of grumpy toddler moments, if you get what I mean. So this being quite as stretchy as it is, getting on over her head and getting on her seamlessly is one of those very, very small things that only a mother would know is needed. So once again, Hattie has done such a great job. And like I said, I've got a 1-year-old one for Arabella, and then this is 2 to 3 years for Etta. But I cannot wait to put that on her tonight, and I am going to save up for one for myself as well, because I just know it'll be something that I'll grab for years and years and years as my cozy, soft, beautiful nightie. But yeah, I just wanted to start the video by talking about Harriet Jane London as a brand, just simply because I respect the heck out of any mama bear going out there and starting a new business. I just always can all help each other out and support each other. Obviously men and women, but when you're a mum, I think you just do so much more than people are able to see. There's just so much going on behind the scenes as a mum, especially when they're little as well, because your body takes so long to recover from birth and the postpartum phase. It is so monumental and heroic what our bodies go through as mums, that to be hustling at the same time as all of that, to start something new, to provide for your little one, is so admirable. Today we're actually going to jump in the car, go to Elkstone Studios. I haven't been there in absolutely ages. We used to live right next to Elkstone, but it's just such a great place to go. If you're ever in the area, I really recommend running in for a pastry. They also have really good butchers there. They have a lovely home shop, they have a lovely jewellery shop, they have a great kids play area. It's beautiful. They do paddle, if that's your thing. Also next to Elkstone is also Cowley, and Cowley Manor is gorgeous as well to go for lunch or just a drink. It's a beautiful hotel, and it's got one of those views that when you go out the back doors and you look over the grounds, it's stunning. So that area is a great hub for a day out when you're in the area. I could really recommend it. But yeah, I thought I'd take you to Elkstone Studios with me today and show you. So let's go! I feel like my bronze is a bit aggressive on that side. Anyway, I'll sort that out in a minute when I've got a proper mirror. I've just done the nursery run, and then now I have a haircut at 9 AM, which I'm so excited about. I thought after I've had my haircut we could go around the shops, as we are in the centre of town, and we could go and hunt for some nice bits, some autumn finds. This week we are being physically attacked by the heat yet again, like violently attacked physically and emotionally and mentally by the heat. I hope this is the last time. I hope this is like the last hurrah that the heat wave is having, like the last joke it's pulling, because I'm ready to just chill and like live a bit more seamlessly and wear clothes that don't become sweaty rags by the end of the day. I don't know about you guys, but I want to have a conversation with someone without worrying about sweat on the top of my lip. Like, I'm so longing for those kinds of moments. You have no idea. To get excited for autumn, to keep motivated to get through these next few weeks of pure excruciating heat. Let's be honest though, like, we're all sick of it, right? Like, even people who love the heat in England, and don't get me wrong, like I've said before, I love the heat when I'm abroad, like intentional heat. When I go to the heat, I love it. I have so many friends that have like messaged me recently being like, babe, I'm ready for autumn. I'm here. I'm in your group now. I'm in Team Autumn. Music to my ears, quite frankly, but it makes me feel like I can talk to you guys about going to find some nice autumn bits in the shops today. Actually, I think autumn is in general the most exciting season. Halloween, there's Christmas, Thanksgiving, although I'm not American at all. I'm gonna go get my hair did and then we can have a little wander around the shops together. Got all of the parts of my NutriBullet. By the way, have you seen a more beautiful coloured NutriBullet? Oh, so beautiful. I need to work something out for my toddler and I thought we could do it together. Basically, my daughter is absolutely amazing at eating brand new foods, fruit and veg, full balanced palate when she's at nursery with all her friends, because I feel like toddlers are like men. They just copy each other. Once one does it, they all will do it. And that's fantastic. So much so that I'm honestly considering putting Etta in for an extra day per week at nursery, purely to make sure there's another day of the week that she's eating beautifully. When she's at home, I'm trying to find the silver lining to this and say it's because she's so relaxed. But actually, maybe I'm not strict enough, or I don't know what the word is. It's not strict, because I don't think you can be strict with a 2-year-old, because they're only just understanding what they can even do, let alone what a boundary is, and that's too far. Instead of being strict with a toddler, in my opinion, you just simply need to teach them. That's the only way. But in terms of food, with weaning, she was amazing. Like, her favourite thing ever was avocado. She'd have broccoli, she'd have all sorts. And I actually think maybe it's because we moved a few times in a quick succession that I didn't keep up with certain things and I was opting for the easier route, and now she has latched onto that and that's her favourite route to be in. So for example, she always asks for fish fingers, she always likes chicken licking as she calls it, but she wants the breaded version. She definitely doesn't want chicken breast just like on its own. But in terms of the vegetables that I put on the side, like peas, or if I give her some watermelon, she's just not bothered. Like she will either feed it to the dogs or just leave it completely, which is so frustrating for me because, yeah, for many reasons, I just feel like a real failure in this area. In fact, in case there are any mothers watching this, I'm going to tell you the ways that I feel like a failure as a parent, because on social media, it's all about kids and families thriving and living their best life and looking perfect, and I think that not enough people talk about the reality. And I'm going to tell you the ways in which I'm failing is Etta does not brush her teeth enough. She's terrible at that, and if she does, she just kind of pretends and does it almost like a game, and then I try and do it for her and she doesn't allow me to. She does it maybe once every 2 or 3 days, which is awful. She needs to do her teeth twice a day, but she doesn't. I take what I can get, and when she does it, I obviously praise her like nobody's business, and I jump up and down and I say, well done baby girl, that's perfect, you're such a good girl, and I give her a sticker and all those sorts of fun stuff. And I'm not sure what else I can do to encourage her to do it again. So that's a way in which I'm failing. Another way is, of course, the fruits and vegetables. Now that I'm settled in a home, and I know I'm not moving out for an incredibly long amount of time, I am now going to dedicate time to coming up with new ways to sneak food into her diet. What's good is she loves fruit yogurt, so I can easily do a puree and put it in her yogurt. That's easy, so I can get some nice berries and stuff. Like her favourite thing is strawberry yogurt. And my saving grace is that she adores scrambled eggs, so she gets her protein, don't get me wrong. She's fantastic with the areas that I know that are reliable. But in terms of, I say probably greens, that's where we're failing. So I went online and I've tried to find a hack, basically. One of her favourite meals is mac and cheese. I mean, cannot blame her. Wow, 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 wow. So good. One of my favourite meals of all time for sure as well. So I thought, let's sneak some mac and cheese in, because that sounds like an easy one, because you can blend cooked veggies in with the cheese sauce. My only worry is this girl is so incredibly switched on. My baby girl is so wise to her years. For example, if I add like a little bit of a supplement into her milk, she knows. She just knows when something's off, and she knows when something's different. I got these, a moment ago I mentioned that she loves strawberry yogurt. I got the Marks and Spencer's version of the strawberry yogurt, but because the branding's different, she really just won't touch it. And once again, I don't think it's because she's like a cheeky monkey. I think it's actually just because she knows what she likes, and she likes to have something that she trusts and she knows suits her tummy. I actually think maybe, just to hit a bit of a deeper level here, I think she remembers when she was slightly younger that certain foods would give her a funny tummy. I read online that their intolerances, not to be confused with allergies, but their intolerances change every 6 months when they're this young. I don't know if that's true, don't hold me to it, but I think it's true because it was the case with Etta. She had a bit of a dairy intolerance, and I think certain things that I cooked or would be in the meals that I cooked that had something in it that wouldn't suit her tummy when she was a year younger, I almost think she's associated them, and now she won't touch certain foods. That wouldn't surprise me because, like I said, she's very clever. Obviously, I'm going to say that she's clever because she's my daughter and I'm very biased. To me, she is perfect. But that would also make a lot of sense. Regardless, we are where we are today, and I'm going to make a hidden veggie mac and cheese. I don't like that I've got my phone out, period, let alone whilst I'm talking to you guys, but I obviously need to get this recipe up that I have found online. I'm going to edit it slightly. It's just from the website Yummy Toddler Food, but is that the one I'm going for? Yeah. But I'm going to blend in the veggies because this recipe has them in whole, and
that doesn't really do anything for me because, like I said, she'll just leave the whole pieces of broccoli and all that kind of stuff. And I'm also switching the broccoli for cauliflower because, once again, if the if the cheese sauce is like a green colour, I think Etta will not trust it, basically. And also at the end, I'm going to, instead of giving her a hot cheesy mac and cheese, I'm going to put it in the oven at the end to crisp it off, because in my mind that's less of a choking hazard. So basically just freestyling a recipe that I have found online. So let's go for it together. And this section, if you do not have a child, obviously this is not just for kids. I am very excited to have this. My husband can't wait. I was meant to make it yesterday and he's like, when are you making the bloody mac and cheese? So this is our family meal tonight as well. So please do take this seriously as an adult, not just for if you have a child, because I think it's going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It's 15 minutes of prep, 15 minutes of cook time. You can also freeze it, that's wonderful. This one serves 4. Right, let me get my stuff out. Right, so I have my Essential Waitrose macaroni. Obviously I want to keep it traditional with the actual macaroni pasta. But once again, as a grown-up human being, you could use whatever kind of looking macaroni you so wish. I've got sweet potato and butternut squash. So this is obviously already ready to rumble. So I'm just going to soften this in a pan and then whack it in here with cauliflower florets. So this is going to be, so effectively I'm really thrilled to say she's going to have 3 veggies within this, which is what needs to happen at this moment. Then my favourite cheese ever is Cathedral City, so I need to grate lots of that. Interestingly, apparently if you buy grated cheese already grated, it's bad for you, because something to do with what they put on it to make the cheese stay fresh, because they have grated it the way they have, would otherwise make it less fresh. I don't know. I'm actually going to Google it because I want to actually know what I'm talking about, but interesting. So I've stopped buying grated cheese and I've started getting big blocks and grating it myself. How aesthetic is my cheese grater though? Because of said change in the cheese situation, I wanted a nice looking cheese grater, because I feel like the ones that are like a tower, I just think they're really ugly. So this one I've got, so obviously you can grate it over your food like this or into here. So I love this. I will link it if you also do like it. I put Hessian string on everything so I can just hang it, because I like to get things on the walls instead of on the floors, because things like this, Etta would just open the drawer and play with it, and I'm just not here for that kind of risk. So we have my blender all ready to rumble. Move my pans out the way that I don't need. Just need one. I just thought of a way that you could make this a good weaning recipe, is just simply adding their formula milk or breast milk or whatever as a familiarity and a smell that they used to get them to eat it. I should have done that. I will not be using formula or breast milk. I am definitely using semi-skimmed milk from Cotswold Dairy, which we started to get delivered. How cute is that? Just so quintessential, like the return of the milkman. Love it. Love it. Cook with unsalted butter. So, controversial, but we use the Vitalite Deliciously Dairy-Free butter. So this is back in the days when Etta had her dairy intolerance, and we as a family just fell in love with this butter. Like, it's so soft and easy, and easy, you know what I mean by that movement. It's easy to spread, which I actually find really rare with butters, and it tastes delicious. And for my husband Maeve to also feel that way is huge, so we've just kept on with that dairy-free butter. And it's lactose-free, soy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, omega-3, omega-6. I just really love it. We're a big dairy family, but we're not even close to being vegetarians, I'll be completely honest with you. However, although having said that, there is a lot that I don't eat. I refuse to eat lamb. I will never in my life eat lamb. Ever, ever, ever. Growing up on a farm, ours is an arable farm, but living in the Cotswolds, I truly give my heart to the little tiny lambs that are born, and I watch them from being a day or two old in the fields around here to growing up and growing up and growing up. And then one day, I'm so sorry to put a downer on this moment of the video, one day you'll drive past that same field and they'll be gone. I actually break my heart crying. They might have just moved to another field, and that's what I tell myself, but they might not have. And that's one reason. The other reason is that lambs are babies. Lambs are literally tiny little baby children, and I'm now a mother. I don't want to eat somebody else's child. Other than that, I do eat the odd bit of steak, but I'm not that bothered about steak at all. Chicken, a lot of the time, gives me the ick. I feel like actually a lot of my meals do end up being vegetarian, but I'm not a vegetarian, but I just love vegetables myself. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent there. Ooh, and cream cheese as well. I do have Philadelphia. I don't know if you've ever had this before, but oh my good gracious me. My friend Tash introduced me to this years ago. Philadelphia with sweet chili sauce, like in a bowl, with crisps. So basically sweet chili and Philadelphia dip. I don't know if that's like a household hack, but I didn't know about it, and no one else has ever done it in front of me before, and it's just the most tastiest thing in the world. Actually, I'm gonna get some sweet chili and use the rest of the Philadelphia for a nice little dip later, because that sounds ridiculous and now it's gonna play on my mind. Right, so to start off with, I'm not gonna bore you with how to cook vegetables, so I'm just gonna obviously boiling water, cook my veggies, and then blend them. So I will see you when we're at that stage. Right guys, let's get this babe out of the oven. Careful Riley, back up baby. We're actually about to have the solar eclipse, which I'm very excited about. I love anything astrological or spiritual or anything like that. I think it reminds us that we are just like this big, which sometimes for perspective is a good reminder. Like what's going on out there is just something that we could only ever guess and presume and dream about. Like no one actually knows what's going on out there, and I think something like the solar eclipse really reminds you of that in a good way, in like a magical way, not in like a depressing way. I'm not saying like we're this big in like a depressing way, but in a good way, in like a very positive and perspective way. Coming back down to earth, where I've made mac and cheese and I've just had it in the oven on 150 for 20 minutes. So excited. I want to do taste test, but I'm actually going to wait for Maeve to get home because we're going to sit down and have this as a family. Oh my gosh, this is literally making my mouth water. It looks amazing. On that tasty note, I am so excited to dig into this mac and cheese, and let me know how you feel about me doing the odd recipe. I need to get back into cooking. I used to love it, and I just want to be that mum that home makes everything and knows exactly what their child's eating, basically, because you never know otherwise. Right, I'm going to play with my baby girl because now she's home from nursery. I will end this video here. I will catch you in the next video. Bye!